What's up, Potato Monster fans out there, and welcome to our League of Legends Top 5 plays, where everyday players have their extraordinary plays showcased for the world to see. From wombo combos to game-changing teleports, this episode is sure to leave you amazed, so sit tight and don't touch that browser as we begin with an explosive team fight from Rive Thunderbolt on Pantheon. With the gold extremely close, red team looks to use their team fight synergy to make a play and win the game off it. Pantheon positions in the fog of war and starts his ultimate as Malphite pulls the trigger and goes in, followed by the man drop, wild growth, and chain of corruption to AoE them down. Just like that, blue team exists no more, and because of the location of the team fight, Pantheon and friends can take it to the Nexus and become victorious. Let's dial back just a bit to rewatch that engage and the wombo combo that follows. Coming in at 4th place, we have Acumen on Zilean with an explosive turnaround play. In the beginning, we see Zilean speed up Rammus to try and disengage from this fight because they're low in health and more enemy players are on the way. Fizz moves in, but Zilean offers himself to block Chum the Waters from hitting Rammus using his ult to deny the kill. Right as he revives, Zilean puts a bomb on Xin Zhao's head and then backs up. He then moves in and places another one on Nidalee, but the first bomb explodes, killing Nidalee and setting off her bomb for the instant triple. Using the speed up and another W, he puts a bomb on Xin Zhao's head, which forces him to turn, but the speed up gets him out, and then moments after, the bomb goes off for the quad. With Ignite on Fizz, Zilean secures a penta in this turnaround 3v5 play. Running his way into our number 3 spot is LL Synchron LL on Udyr with a fantastic game-ending play. So this play is broken into 2 parts, and I sped up the first part so that we aren't here all day, but there are a few key things to take away from this. For starters, during this part of the play, Udyr is running the enemy team around the entire map to stall as much as possible. The second thing to note is that blue team is down a hefty chunk of change and also have a semi-exposed base, so they're definitely fighting an uphill battle. And finally, after chasing for so long, the enemy team decides to push down mid, but there's a large creep wave in the bottom lane, so they send Maokai to take care of it. So now we're going to skip about a minute forward, and because the enemy Maokai was bottom trying to push out that wave but doesn't have teleport, he's forced to come group with his team. Synchron runs in and the team fight erupts, but things start to quickly change when the Maokai joins and the enemy Jarvan EQs into his ultimate, locking him out of the fight. Now that he's a non-factor, Udyr pieces out away from the fight and sees the opening to teleport to the creep wave in the bottom lane, which is now in the enemy base. Despite coming out ahead in kills, all of blue team is low in health, so they have to back off, but at this point, Udyr is sitting on the Nexus towers and the enemy red team have no one nearby to defend. By the time Lucian and Maokai realize they've tunnel vision too hard, it's pretty late, but they make their way into the jungle and start heading back to stop Udyr. With every hit on the Nexus, Synchron feels his inner Trick 2G coursing through his veins as he works down the Nexus to win the game for his team. Moving into 2nd place, we have Ji Young on Thresh with a few clutch moves to win a skirmish in the bot lane. In the beginning, we see them beating on the tower, which forces a response, so the enemy Morgana walks up with the black shield and throws out her Q, but he barely dodges the binding and gets the hook. He decides to go for it, landing a double flame, trapping them in his box as Lucian goes for the kill on Vayne, but Elise is here for the counterplay. He walks out of tower range to drop aggro and escapes as Lucian kills Morgan, then takes the max range lantern to dodge the cocoon and be rescued to safety. As they continue retreating, we see the fed enemy Fizz has roamed from mid to cut them off, but Thresh says no and denies him with a flay. The fish continues chasing, but then Thresh turns with a Q, which buys time for backup to arrive. Fizz decides to E for the kill, but a quick juke avoids the damage, and then Syndra lands her stun as they quickly burst him down for Lucian's 3rd kill. And for our number 1 pro play for this week, we have Haxorus on the newest champion to enter Summoner's Rift, Azir. We start this play in the top lane as the enemy Vayne shreds through Warwick, but Azir has now arrived through River to fight with his team. He slows down Thresh with his Q, but then he gets boxed in, so he decides to pop up another soldier and DPS down Thresh, using his Q to zone them away from the fight. Now in a 2v3, he backs off, but when Vayne tumbles forward, he punishes with a flash ult for the kill. He Qs again and commands the soldiers to attack, but more goes down, and then Fiora flashes to close the gap. He collapses his minions and then E's as he gets a kill on Fiora and immediately pops Zhonya's. As soon as he gets out, he spawns another soldier and moves them to completely cut off any escape options Thresh might have as he picks up the triple from afar. With only one enemy player remaining, he decides to tank through the damage with Barrier, which forces Lee Sin to back off. With the final W and Q, he moves him to Lee Sin and finishes him off because he was greedy and kept in range to try and land the Sonic Wave. And for the bonus clip of the week, we have Killen with the number 4 on Janna with a great escape when facing absolute death. As this plays on, I wanted to give a shout out to Summoners Con for doing something great for our community. For those who don't know, Summoners Con is taking place on November 1st in LA, and they're bringing in special guests like Team Curse, Team Dignitas, Sky, and many more. Although we personally can't make it this year, I wanted to spotlight this because it's the first ever dedicated convention for League of Legends, and it's definitely going to be an amazing experience for any League fan. I absolutely love seeing stuff like this arise within our community because it brings so many passionate people together under one roof, and they're all there for the game we love, so I think it deserves everyone's support. I'll drop a link in the description box so you can check it out, and as a final announcement, our stream is live at the time of this video's release. We're giving away some awesome HyperX mouse pads in between games, so head over to twitch.tv/PotatoMonster right now and come join in on the fun. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you back here soon for our next League of Legends video.